What's up? Crowie here, 50 Cent in the Club, part 9. What an absolute blessing. What a time to be alive. Just look at yourself in the mirror and say, what a time to be alive, baby. Also look at yourself in the mirror and say, I am the big dog. Give yourself a little woof woof. Give yourself a little pat on the back. Give yourself a little rub on the tummy. You've been a good boy or a good girl listening to this podcast. Thank you. We are Sparky Coach. You can reach out to us anytime. We've got subscriptions and once-off purchases, and we feel like we're making a difference in the electrical community by providing business owners with information, direction, accountability, and just training to make the world, or the Sparky world, a better place. Heal the world, make it a better place. Pretty sure that's Michael Jackson. What a time to be alive. All right, I'm going to get into this, right? This is pretty funny. We're going to talk about if the roof's on fire, man, just let it burn. Got 2 things tonight. If the roof's on fire, man, just let it burn. And in other words, like 50 Cent's watching something burn and he's going to let it burn. So this is big, right? This is big. This is simple but big. So what is currently working in your business? What is currently working? And sometimes it's easy to stop something that's working by diversifying. So a great example is this, like what's working in your business might be like service and maintenance jobs. So in 50 Cent's world, let's just let it burn. Let's keep doing what we're good at. Sometimes as business owners, we can get distracted or our attention can get deflected, and it's like we stop doing what we are doing well, or we start doing what we do well a little bit worse because of a distraction or an attention deflection, or like maybe it's a diversification. So my encouragement to you is like, don't get, keep it simple. You know, like picture your Derek Zoolander walking down the runway to get Mugatu, right? Don't get distracted by the fancy people around you. Sometimes looking around and going, oh, you know what I should be doing? Aircon. You know what I should be doing? Solar. You know what I should be doing? This. You know what I should be doing? This. You know what I could be doing? This. You know what I would be doing? This. You know what And it's like sometimes the mind can go wild with some great ideas, and it can be a great idea, but it can be the wrong time to implement it. Or sometimes it might just be like you just need that back-end information to be like, hey, this is actually working and we need to keep pursuing this. So often we get distracted by fancy things, and I think we need to get persuaded by data, persuaded by numbers, and we need to be look at the actual thing and be like, okay, what's working in my business? Is it the job's under $2,000, the job's under $10,000? I might personally enjoy the rough in of $100,000 job, but if we've just lost money on the last $400,000 jobs, or if the opportunity cost of me going and doing that takes at like a 10% net profit, takes my attention, takes my energy, takes my time to something that, like, it takes my time, right? And if that time could have been better invested somewhere else. Classic example is our accelerator program. We sit there and measure every single job, and we're like, what is going good? And sometimes it's like, holy crap, like that job took a year. We made next to nothing. And that's for several reasons. Maybe it was handled incorrectly or whatever. And if I gave my attention to these jobs under $10,000, we're pushing 40% net profit. That's a much better pursuit, right? That's let's go down. Sometimes the numbers tell you maybe what you don't know. Sometimes you can feel the amount of people that we sit with and they're like, oh, I felt like that quote was right. I felt like you're going to love measuring this job. This is awesome. You measure it and it's like, that was cooked. Like, what happened? And they're like, oh, I thought that was good. Or sometimes you look at it and be like, oh man, those like $200 jobs are so annoying. I can't believe it. And it's like you measure it and you're like, oh, do that again. let's do that again. Fill it up again, right? Like full Will Ferrell style from old school. Fill it up again. So you've got to basically find out what's working, find out what you're doing well, find out what your people are doing well, and just repeat the process. Right? Repeat the process. Were you at were you basically one of the last? This is a great example with like quoting. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm winning every quote that I send. Cool. Like, what's going on? You know, I'm in the zone, baby. I've been blessed by the trade gods. It's like, no, you're just getting the quotes out on site or on time. So you're giving yourself a better chance. So if that's going well, let's continue to do that, right? So every quote has like a lifespan, or not every, but lots of quotes have a lifespan. So if I go to your mum's house again, am I right? Now, if I go to your mum's house for like a switchboard upgrade quote, and go there and quote it, like, oh yeah, sweet. Hey Betty, yeah, this board's going to need to be upgraded. I can be unbelievable on site. You might not even match my sales skills and abilities, and I'm just saying everything right. She's laughing, and and I'm just like, oh yeah, cool. Cool. Now, if that quote comes to her in 7 weeks' time or 7 days' time, I might have missed a chance to win a job, right? So it's like, just because like I did everything right, and but I just didn't get the quote across to them. So I just didn't. I was doing the hard thing easy and the easy thing really hard. So just try and reference, like, it's a business shouldn't be that complicated. What are you doing well, and how do you get better at that? What are you doing well, and how do you continue to repeat the process, right? Very, very interesting. Anyway, now get this. This is the last podcast I did on this, maybe like 6 months ago. This is 50 Cent talk. I'm gonna paraphrase 50 Cent. Give me a sec. Now, Shorty said she's feeling my style, she's feeling my flow. Her girlfriend's with her, they're bi, and they're ready to go. Right? We're not talking about bi or not bi. Not that I'm judging. I'm definitely not judging. It's actually been excited about that in a way. But Shorty said she's feeling my style, she's feeling my flow. Her girlfriends are with her, they're bi, and they're ready to go. All right? So this is go with me here. You're like, how on earth is this guy going to turn this sentence, this saying, this statement into a podcast, into a teaching subject, into an education piece for my business? I'm going to do it right now. Pretty funny. So people are going to be into your style, into your flow, right? Yeah, when you're doing well at something, people are going to want to talk to you. And that's just the nature of someone. So it's like, if you're doing something well, or you might get another staff member, another van on the road, you might get, how did they get that job? I want to talk to them. Oh my gosh, you've been operating for 10 years, you got that factory. It's organically, when you're doing something well, people want to know, people want to talk to you. Now, here's the thing. And also can be said of, you can also do this in a negative sense too. So when you're not doing something well and you go, oh, this sucks, everything sucks, that sucks, you'll probably attract people that want to talk about the negatives too. So I'm talking both sides here. So people, if you're doing something well, they want to know. And if you're open and honest, and I've got nothing wrong with being open and honest, I'm not talking about that. But sometimes you can bond with people over negative subjects, or bond with them over positive subjects. We're going to go in both places today. So sometimes it's like, what I want to encourage you is, there's no end to talking. There's no end to talking. There's no end to talking. So many busy business owners are too busy to send their quotes out, too busy to get the invoices out, too busy for staff catch-ups, too busy for whatever, too busy to measure jobs, too busy to measure billable hours. One of the first things to go when someone's busy is quoting, invoicing, measuring hours. And it's like, that's the Trinity, baby. That's the Holy Trinity. Like, they have to stay put. Those things, quoting for our future workload, invoicing for our cash and cash flow, measuring hours to make sure we're actually making money and we're actually on the right track. Otherwise, it's like, let's drive to a new town with no map and hopefully we get there. And you might get there accidentally, and you might be like, oh, I think it's doing pretty good. I'm not even, and I think that, reference this point, if a tax bill has ever crept up on you, if a BAS bill has ever crept up on you, if a wholesaler bill has ever crept up on you, if you're consistently sort of, I'd love to say treading water, or fighting for survival in the water that is cash and cash flow, chances are the money is not there in the first place. So this is why we peel everything back. This is why you always hear me say, like, get the numbers right and then everything else follows. It's the domino effect, right? We want to get the numbers right. That's why I will forever preach our program from this platform. That's come on board, do a 2-pack, get your cost operations session, get your pricing playbook set up from the back end, and now from there, measure every single job with us in our accelerator program for 4 weeks, 90 minutes a session. Amazing. It will change your life. It'll change your life. And I don't even say that lightly. I'm just saying that because that's what it will do, right? So it's interesting, but there's no end to sort of talking. It's amazing that one of the first things to go when people get busy are the things that actually matter. And in Metallica's words, Nothing else matters. That's the things that actually matter. So it's interesting, but it's amazing how business owners can be busy and so busy, and I'm just the busiest person that's ever lived, and you think you've met someone as busy as me, but you're wrong, because no one on planet Earth has ever felt like me, ever acted like me. No one's carrying the weight of the world on my shoulders. I've got a team of 5, baby, and we are... Well, we're not really dominating the world. Like, we're dominating a region. Well, we're not really even dominating a region. Like, yeah, what? Like, why am I taking this so seriously? It's like, whoa, what? I remember Elodie said to me one day when I was like this most stressed person alive, she was like, you did run a small electrical business in a small town, in a small country. Yeah. But you're a legend. And I was like, oh yeah, thanks for putting in perspective here. Like there's plenty of people doing more than me and carrying on a lot less than me. Now, back to what we were saying. Shorty's feeling my style, she's feeling my flow. People are going to feel your style and feel your flow, positively or negatively. You engage with people positively. Oh my gosh, so excited for the future. Oh, did you hear about this? Yeah, we're going to do this. What do you think about this? What do you think about that? That's great. I'm not discounting that. That's great. Some people are going to feel your flow negatively, and they're going to be like, oh man, yeah, business is so hard. Like, you'll find either or. And chances are it's whatever you're going through. If you're feeling a bit like, woe is me, you'll find someone else that's like, man, this sucks. You're like, yeah, this does suck. And then all of a sudden, the Bash brothers from the Mighty Ducks just banging your head into the wall going like, this sucks, this sucks, this sucks. Or you on the other side going like, what if we did this? What if we did that? Let's do this, let's do this. And I want to encourage you, there's no end to talking. So coming back into what we're saying, there's like, you can be a busy business owner, super stressed out, but somehow you've got time to be on the phone to that person, not your wife, not your partner, not your husband, not that. You know what I'm talking about? Everyone's got a person. Everyone's got like at least 2 or 3 people. I guarantee it. If you don't have a person, let me know. Everyone's got that person. They might be at the same stage as you. They might be a bit further ahead than you. You've got that person that somehow you're so busy, but you've still got time to speak to them for 60, 90 minutes or 4 times a day, 3 times a day, 6 times a day. It's like, oh yeah. And you're just literally going round and round and round and round and round and round in circles. It's like, you're not actually, if you've got that much time to talk to that person, you are not that busy. Let's face it. You are lacking priorities. You are lacking discipline, and you need a plan. You need a plan. You can't do that. So it's like, people are going to want to talk to you, but if the people you do talk to, make sure it's uplifting, make sure it's positive, make sure it's encouraging, make sure it's future focused, make sure they're going to put you in line, make sure it's going to be like, hey, I reckon I'm worried about you. One of my friends the other day said to me like, you okay? And I was like, no. I was like, thank you for asking. Like, I'm not. Like, and then and we debriefed, and I was like, you know what, I'm okay now, because thanks for calling me out. You saw where my headspace was. You saw what I was talking about, and you're like, that doesn't sound like you. You don't normally talk about this stuff. Is everything okay? And I want to encourage everyone, like, if someone's down in that negative train, maybe you can be like, hey, let's lift it up a little bit, right? Let's praise the trade gods with our words, right? Very, 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 very important. So I'm going to leave you with that, because that's one of the most powerful things. If you can recognize who you're talking to, are you really busy? Do you lack boundaries? Do you lack direction? And maybe sometimes you're talking about all this stuff because you're lacking that vision and direction. Or maybe you're talking about all this stuff because you're procrastinating on implementing. Or maybe you've got a fear of success. Or maybe you've got a fear of failure. Or maybe, just maybe, there's a blockage there that's causing you to procrastinate. That procrastination is stopping you from your trade God ordained destiny. And I want to draw a line in the sand and be like, it's not worth it. I'm not going to go down that path. I'm not going to cut them out of my life. I love those people. We're going to talk, but it's going to have, I got to go. I got stuff to do. I got things to do. I got a price book to complete. I got billable hours to measure. I got a quote to get out. I got to go call that client. I've noticed my staff members feeling like this. I'm going to do this. I got to book my Christmas party. I got to get January sorted. I got to get December sorted. I got to do this. Maybe, just maybe, line in the sand. Enough is enough. Stop floundering around the edges and start to mix it all together. You're mixing the dough together and you're making bread, and the bread is a profitable, successful, sustainable business that's going to see you into the future. And it's like, the ingredients are there. Let's stop searching for, we've got what you need. You've got what you need. You've got what you need. I'll say it again. You've got what you need in your hand. You just gotta mix it. You just gotta do it. Do it. Do it. Starsky Nash quote. Oh, yeah. All right. So be careful. Be careful who you talk to. Be careful what you're bonding over. Be careful how you use your words, and use them well. And use them to speak life, use them to lift up, use them to see forward, and use them to steer yourself in the right direction. Peace.